don't think anybody in the Big Ten is going to be able to beat them. So they're going to need some stuff to happen. But I think if they handle their business, they can have a chance to back.
Blue and white say otherwise.
Have you seen Penn State's defense? Have you seen Penn State's defense?
Yeah.
I've seen it. I hope you've been watching. If not, go look at the tape. Go look at the tape.
I have.
Everything.
Go look at the tape.
I have. I have. That's an awaiting game that we need to see.
I see a Michael Parsons 2.0 playing for them right now.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, look, I'm seeing it. I follow the Big Ten. I see it.
Like, honestly, if we want to talk about top tier defenses in college football right now, first of all, Georgia, even though they lost 2 games, Clemson's defense is still up there. Penn State's defense is ugly. It's up there. As far as like nasty defense.
But you know whose spot is sealed as of right now?
No, don't say it.
DUCKS. Go Ducks.
They're still number 3.
Hey, man.
Who they got this beat again? Who Oregon got this beat?
Like, I don't understand. Like, how do you barely beat Arizona when the score was 49 to what? 21? 14?
41-19 or something like that.
Like,
so I was watching that game, and Oregon was really BSing all the way up until the fourth quarter until they finally decided to turn it on against Arizona. They were letting Arizona do everything they wanted, and then they started forcing them to throw picks, and then I was like, well, where was this 3 quarters ago?
Let me tell you something. You want to talk about defense? Oregon's defense is very underrated.
Yeah.
Very underrated. Mario Cristobal is putting a great defensive team. I would say that. A defensive 11.
I might say, what's his name? He's got the most picks in the FBS right now for Oregon. Huh?
McKinley?
I think so.
Verone?
Yeah. That's what he's got the most picks in the FBS right now. I think he got 2 against Arizona. Then he got 1 against Ohio State, and then
he got the pick every game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he is showing me that he can be a top candidate for Defensive Player of the Year.
It's a long season.
It's a long season still, but I'm saying he's showing early implications that he can take home that award with the way he is tracking the ball and the way that he's reading these quarterbacks. Like, he's making it look easy out there.
You got Thibodeau, you got Flo, you got Mikael Wright on the outside. Yeah.
And the main thing is, everybody's so worried about Kayvon Thibodeau. Everybody's so worried about him, and you got all these other players that are stepping up there.
You kind of have to be.
Yeah, I know.
Single block him if you want to.
Oh no, that you done.
Single block him if you want to.
You done if you do that. We know that, but I'm just saying though, like all the attention's on Thibodeau, but all these other players are stepping up and filling in their roles just as good as he is. So it's like their defense is really starting to come together. And I don't say this often because Pac-12 really don't have good defenses at all. Oregon's got I won't say a great defense, but they have a nice, well-rounded defense. It ain't the best.
No. Hey, I don't.
It ain't the best, but it's good.
Hey, put some respect on their name. They defense.
Yeah, no. I'm not saying it's the best, but it is a good defense. It is a good defense.
But I was talking about somebody who's stepping up right now, and I know our playoff hopes are gone. Casey Thompson can make another statement game against TCU, bro. Hey, hook them all day long, baby. We finna come out there in TCU and light it up. Because you know who we prepare for next week. And that's exactly another prediction I'm gonna make. OU is gonna get upset. They've had 2 games.
I was gonna say that too.
Big 12 play is starting.
Is gonna upset Oklahoma.
You heard me here first. Y'all gonna see this video, and I hope y'all watch it on Saturday because you heard it here first. Raylon says OU's going down. Their games have been way too close. They've been testing the waters way too much. Kansas State is not gonna play with them. Kansas State's not.
I agree.
They not gonna
play. 100%. My two upsets were Wisconsin beating Michigan and K-State beating Oklahoma. Those are my 2 upsets for the week.
It's not a bad upset. I can see that because I don't trust Harbaugh, bro. I see that. I can see that happening. I could see that happening for sure.
Well, Wisconsin beat Michigan. Michigan and Wisconsin go at it every year. So I see Wisconsin beating them.
As of right now, the way Michigan's playing, there's 7 weeks left, so I'll believe it when I see it, especially when they hit that week 11 game or that week 12 game. That's going to be yeah.
Because they never do against them. Ever. I think Penn State's got a better chance beating Ohio State than Michigan.
I have UT losing against TCU actually.
See, I think UT will lose another Big 12 game. I just don't think it'll be the TCU.
All I'm gonna say is
I'm just being fair. I'm just being fair.
Two Texas teams.
Being fair. I don't think they'll lose TCU, but I do think they will lose another Big 12
all
game.
I'm gonna say is double birds to the both of y'all. Double birds.
Yeah, tell that to Arkansas.
Yeah.
Get it to your mama.
Yeah.
Anywho, I want to close the show with this. Which of the I'm gonna name these matchups. We pretty much talked about all of them. Which of them have the biggest playoff implications for the winner and the loser? First, I'm gonna say Arkansas and Georgia. That's 1. Cincinnati and Notre Dame. That's 2. Alabama and Ole Miss. That's 3. And a wild card pick, Oklahoma State and Baylor. 4 games of both teams who are ranked in the top 25. Which game out of those 4 have the biggest playoff implications for the winner and the loser? Nick, you can go first.
It's got to be Georgia and Arkansas. It has to be. They're 2 top 10 teams. They're both prominent in the SEC. If Arkansas somehow beats Georgia, that's going to boost them all the way up towards the top 4, and it's going to give them a lot. I mean, they still have a very tough schedule to get through the rest of the season. Not saying that it's going to be easy for them, but if they do beat Georgia, even with a loss like that, it's no such thing as a quality loss. But I'd rather lose to the number 2 team in the nation.
That's not true.
Florida didn't even move after losing to Alabama.
What I mean is like, I mean, obviously no loss. You don't want to take a loss, but if you're going to lose to anybody, you'd rather lose to like Alabama or Georgia, like those top teams in the top
quality here.
So what I'm saying though is,
it's who you lose to and how you lose.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Florida literally lost to Bama by a 2-point conversion, and we've seen how well they could run the ball on.
Yeah,
like come on now.
And so I think if Arkansas can somehow pull it out, that'll be an incredible boost of confidence for them moving forward into the next weeks as they have Ole Miss, Auburn, then they have to get to Alabama.
Okay, answer this quickly, and I'm gonna pass it to Jordan and close this. If Arkansas beats Georgia, and of course I'm assuming Bama is gonna beat Ole Miss. No, excuse me. Let me rephrase that. If Georgia beats Arkansas, and Alabama continues to beat Ole Miss, does this put Georgia over Alabama, or
no?
It's still gonna be 1-2?
It's still gonna be 1-2, bro. Nobody's going to be above Alabama until somebody beats Alabama.
Jordan, who's out of those 4 teams that I had named? Which one do you think has big time playoff implications?
Can I say the reason why too, or I just got to get an answer?
You can give a quick reason for sure.
Honestly, I would be out of Notre Dame and Cincinnati, only because and I'm going based off of Notre Dame, only because if Notre Dame beats Cincinnati, that is another win that's added to their collection for the year. And the way that ACC is looking, it's a landslide. All they need is for somebody like
independent again
to lose.
They were in the ACC for that 1 year. They're back independent.
Oh, okay. They're back in independent?
Mm-hmm. They only did that because they needed to play teams.
They're only ACC for basketball.
I did not know that. I thought they moved to football. Oh, wait, that even makes it even better. If they beat Cincinnati, that's literally all they gotta do is win out the rest of their games. It's no way they can't be in the top 4, especially if somehow miraculously Oregon lose late in the season, or they might lose against, Lord forbid, but they lose against Stanford this weekend. So it's like if Notre Dame do what they're supposed to,
they just got to bank on everybody else losing.
Yeah, that's all. That's it. And then there's 2 SEC teams in the top 4 right now too. evidently they're going to go against somebody. They're going to go against each other, regardless. Yeah. So,
but also, I have a question for y'all too now. Say if Georgia and Alabama play each other, right? And obviously, one of those two teams is going to have to. Do you still see both of them getting in?
I only think they have a loss. 1 year when Alabama did it, and that was only because the way that Alabama lost towards the end of the season and the opponents that they lost to. So it was like, I don't think. If anything, I'll say they'll probably put Georgia probably like in a Peach Bowl or something if Georgia loses. I don't see two SEC teams being in there. If anything, I would expect them to put somebody like Notre Dame or Penn State
like a wild card team,
the Big Ten, in there before they put in two SEC teams.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I feel. I feel like the Pac-12 and the Big Ten, they're going to make the playoffs this year. That me personally, that's how I feel.
I think it's going to be 2-1-1. I think it's going to be two teams from the SEC, one from the Big Ten, and one from the ACC. Or potentially Notre Dame could be a wild card. You know what I mean? Obviously, they're independent, so that could potentially play into too.
What about you?
But also, Cincinnati could be your wild card too.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna close the show with this. Both are very fair points, and with what we've seen in college football, literally anything possible. I'm Roll Tide all day long, but Ole Miss has a history of every while absolutely shocking us, and I'm not saying it's impossible. It's very possible, but that game has a lot of implications, bro. It means a lot. But I'll say this. Playoff implication wise, Cincinnati needs this. Cincinnati needs that game a lot more than Notre Dame does. They need it a lot more. Cincinnati loses one game. It's over. It doesn't matter how.
And Chad Kelly. Those are the two quarterbacks that beat Alabama from Ole Miss. Is Matt Corral going to be the third quarterback from Ole Miss to beat Alabama?
No.
I think the only way Alabama loses is if they beat themselves.
No. Roll Tide all day long and hook them on TCU, baby. Hey, I hope y'all enjoyed the show today. Make sure y'all watch the show and make sure y'all enjoy college football this weekend, bro. It's going to be huge. It's going to be live. It's going to be big time. A lot of implications. Let us know in the comments what y'all think. What's the biggest game? What's the most game y'all excited for? And, of course, date back to this video because you heard it here first. OU's going down, baby. See y'all next time. Peace.
Hope y'all enjoyed that video. Make sure you check out our older content on our page. But most of all, make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and turn that notification button for future videos. See you guys in the next one.